Does Kim Jong Un have faith? The truth behind North Korea's leader. Hey everyone, welcome back to Rwandify Testimonies, where we're sharing faith and inspiring lives. Today, we're exploring a fascinating question about one of the world's most mysterious leaders. Does Kim Jong Un have faith? This isn't about politics, it's about understanding how faith, belief systems, and ideology intersect in unique ways around the world. So let's dive in. The answer is more intriguing than you might expect, because what we find in North Korea is something rarely seen in modern history, a state ideology that functions almost like a religion itself. The Juche philosophy. North Korea officially embraces atheism and promotes an ideology called Juche, which emphasizes self-reliance and national sovereignty. But here's what makes it fascinating. Scholars describe Juche as a quasi-religion because of how it's practiced in North Korean society. The Kim family, Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-il, and now Kim Jong-un, are positioned at the center of this belief system in ways that mirror religious devotion. Some researchers even describe it as a counterfeit trinity, according to academic studies on North Korean ideology. Citizens memorize principles, attend regular ideological sessions, and show reverence to the leadership in ways that look remarkably similar to religious worship. The question of personal belief. So does Kim Jong-un himself believe in traditional religion? Officially, no, he's an atheist. But the more interesting question is, what does he believe about himself? Some observers and analysts suggest he may genuinely see himself as having a special, almost divine status, as noted in various reports on North Korean leadership. Others think he's simply maintaining a system he inherited. The truth is, we don't really know his personal thoughts. What we do know is fascinating. Kim Jong-un was educated in Switzerland, exposed to Western culture and diverse worldviews. Yet he returned to North Korea and embraced his role in this unique ideological system. That contrast alone tells us something interesting about belief, culture, and identity. The mythology. North Korean state narratives include remarkable stories about the Kim family, tales of Kim Jong-il's birth being marked by double rainbows and new stars in the sky, as documented in official North Korea literature. Stories presenting the leaders as extraordinary figures with almost supernatural qualities. Whether Kim Jong-un believes these stories about his own family or sees them as useful mythology is one of history's open questions. But it shows us how powerful narrative and belief can be in shaping a society. A surprising Christian heritage. Here's one of the most intriguing historical details. Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-un's grandfather, actually grew up in a Christian household. According to historical records, his mother was a Presbyterian deaconess, and he attended Christian schools in his youth. Even more fascinating, Pyongyang was once called the Jerusalem of the East because of its vibrant Christian community in the early 20th century, as documented by historians studying Korea's religious history. The transformation from that history to North Korea's current atheist state represents one of the most dramatic religious shifts in modern history. This raises interesting questions about how personal background, political ideology, and governance intersect. Kim Il-sung moved from a Christian upbringing to founding an atheist state with its own quasi-religious characteristics. The role of religion today. North Korea maintains a few state-approved religious facilities, including churches in Pyongyang. However, according to reports from international observers and religious freedom organizations, these function very differently from religious institutions in other countries. They're carefully monitored and serve specific diplomatic and political purposes. Some reports from religious monitoring groups suggest underground faith communities exist, with believers practicing privately. This speaks to the resilience of religious faith. Even in environments where it's not officially encouraged, people find ways to maintain their spiritual beliefs. The complexity of belief systems. What makes Kim Jong Un's relationship with faith so interesting is that it shows us how complex and simply eliminated religion. It's created something that serves similar psychological and social functions, but directed towards the state and its leadership rather than traditional deities. This isn't unique in history. We've seen other examples of political systems that take on religious characteristics. What makes North Korea distinctive is how thoroughly this system has been maintained across 3 generations. So, does Kim Jong Un have faith in a traditional religious sense? The evidence suggests no. He doesn't practice Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, or other world religions. Instead, he operates within a system where he himself is the central figure, where loyalty and devotion flow toward the leadership rather than toward a higher power. What we can learn from this is how deeply human the need for belief systems is. Whether through traditional religion or alternative ideologies, societies create frameworks for meaning, purpose, and collective identity. Understanding different belief systems around the world helps us appreciate our own faith journeys. Here at Rwandify Testimonies, we celebrate authentic faith in Jesus Christ, stories that inspire hope, strengthen believers, and build unity across cultures and generations. If you found this exploration interesting, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about faith from around the world. Remember, we're sharing faith and inspiring lives, one testimony at a time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.